Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, December 22nd, around 5 p.m. Mountain Time 2022. It's going to be a record cold Christmas. Certainly a Christmas to remember. And the big story may be holiday travel for you, as it is upended, as forecasters are warning of a bomb cyclone. Keep calm. It's boom time. Winter storm and severe cold is sweeping the nation. Here are the latest updates. Winter storm is impacting air travel and is moving to the east. There are 2,200 flights canceled across the country as of 5 p.m. Eastern time, and they don't expect it to get much better. New York governor declares state of emergency just 1 hour ago, and blizzard conditions are possible for multiple days in Buffalo, according to the National Weather Service. Blizzard warnings already in effect for central Iowa, and travel is not advised as extreme cold will set in there. Here we are at cool weather, where you can see the record temperatures as of this morning broken across the west, and those record lows are going to be moving to the east, all the way down to Florida. Let's take a look at the once-in-a-generation event.
The National Weather Service is calling it a once-in-a-generation type event. It's predicting a bomb cyclone will hit the U.S. today into tomorrow. That's a brutal storm that rapidly intensifies in 24 hours. The service has issued winter weather alerts for more than 90 million people.
Visibility isn't great, and then when your car fogs up, it's really not good.
Now it's just getting white out.
The Weather Service says temperatures could be life-threatening in parts of the country today. It's put more than 87 million Americans under wind chill alerts. Drivers in some parts of the country are being extra cautious because salt can't melt ice in extreme cold.
I had ice built up on my wipers, so it's taken a couple of times to clear them off and scrape them.
Frostbite isn't the only danger for people on foot, according to this spokesperson for the National Park Service.
There's still ice in some of the trees, so please look up.
Meanwhile, some holiday air travelers are dealing with delays and cancellations.
We sort of have a general range of what may happen, but what will happen remains to be seen.
Forecasters say even southern states like Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia will see wind chills below zero this week.
Communities across the state are about to see temperatures that they haven't experienced in a decade or more.
I'm Amy Kiley.
So heed the warnings. In a decade or more, this could be one of the coldest Christmases you have experienced. And if you are in Florida, look up, because falling iguanas are possible for at least 3 days, and also power outages. The power outages have been going up in Texas as the storm has moved through there. 40,000 without power. Let's refresh this and see if that's increased. No, it's still lingering there. The second state on the list, Oregon, with just 11,000 without power. But we should be seeing up to 500,000 people without power as this storm bombs out. Now, take a look. This is the current position of the storm. It's currently quite moist with some thunder showers in the Delmarva on the East Coast, with a mix in the mountains of West Virginia and icing. There's also icing ahead of the front up in New York State, but behind it is extremely cold air, and the isobars are going to quickly pack together here. You can see the storm is beginning to bomb out in just a few hours from now, and it will stay a bomb cyclone with heavy winds in western PA, Ohio, Michigan, and then the heaviest snow is moving and patterning up into Canada as that bomb cyclone moves through Christmas Eve into Christmas Day right there. There is your forecast. Now let's take a look at the snowfall totals, shall we? Here we are on the 23rd, Friday morning through Friday. That storm is going to move east, and it looks like Indiana, Ohio, western PA are the big winners, and then Michigan obviously picking up the most snow, especially in the lake effect regions. And all of western Canada is going to be a treat for them. It's looking like about a foot or more for thousands of square miles up in Canada, and heavier snow totals up in the ski areas of New England. And that is through Christmas Day, your white Christmas forecast. There's also going to be some snow in the west as well in that period. And then we have a system moving in for New Year's, which is going to bring heavy snow to the west all the way down to Mexico. Here is the current snowfall analysis for the last 48 hours. The system has already dumped significant snow in Minnesota and Wisconsin. There's heavy blowing winds there now and frigid temperatures. Take a look. Here is the current situation. Here we are now. It is freezing up in the northern tier. My goodness, it's not getting above zero in many states today. And that cold is going to linger through tomorrow. The coldest states, Montana, most dangerous cold in Montana and Wyoming there. But this freeze plume is going to make it all the way to the coast by tomorrow morning. And that is when Texas is going to stay well below freezing, including Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Atlanta. Starting on the 23rd, extending all the way through Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. And that is when the potential for the iguana apocalypse happening down in Florida begins. It begins the 23rd through the 26th. So this is going to be a very cold Christmas for the East Coast all the way down to Florida as widespread and dangerous Arctic blast takes hold. An Arctic blast of dangerous and life-threatening cold will consume much of the lower 48 over the next few days. Wind chill warnings and watches and advisories currently extend from the northwest to as far south as the Gulf Coast and east into the eastern U.S. A powerful winter storm is also expected with the blast to produce heavy snow and blizzard conditions in the Midwest and Great Lakes. Freeze warnings all the way down to Lake Okeechobee and in every state east of the Mississippi. And take a look at the blizzard warnings and watches. Click on your county for more information. And stay safe, stay home. Hijori, Japan loses power after 2.3 meters. That's 7.6 feet of snow hits. Severe weather warnings encompass all of Iceland, and the northern hemisphere snow extent continues to climb far above average. What is going on? Take a look at some of the depths of snow there in northwest Japan. Absolutely crazy. And we were told a few years ago that our children would never know what snow looks like. Here is the monthly snow cover for the Northern Hemisphere. Quite amazing. In North America, Greenland snow cover increasing for decades. These are graphs that the mainstream just doesn't want you to take a look at. Here is the Rutgers snow cover extent, well above the 56-year mean. And it has been since October. And with all this snow coming, that's going to push this way up, way above average. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Good news. We have a deep rumbler out in Peru at 157 kilometers. Could see some more activity up here at a surface depth at a larger magnitude. And we also have a deep quake in Argentina. So keeping our eye on the west coast of South America. No other quakes of note. Interesting rumbler here in Ohio, 2.5 near Fostoria. Worldwide volcano news update. Nothing much to report on the volcanoes worldwide. Stromboli saw a new lava flow down the Sierra del Fuego. Now we'll jump over to space weather, where the sun is, well, all is quiet. There are no geomagnetic storms forecast for the near future. The current X-ray flux is down low into the B range. No solar flares in the last 24 hours, except some minor crackling. And the few sunspots that are facing Earth are doing very little, with space weather being quite calm other than the phi angle rapidly shifting back and forth. So very little in the way of the aurora forecast. And, well, solar cycle 25 is a fizzler as of yet. Now, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was freed from the Bahamas and flown to New York, where he was then released today on $250 million bail and will live with his parents, sucking his thumb, no doubt. Where did he get that money? In an interesting expose that I put up last night on Magnetic Reversal News, the myth of fossil fuels, the deep hot biosphere, and abiogenic oil. Please, it will be linked after this video. Go check it out. And that's a boom to knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and we will see you soon with another boom. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you.